Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the tools that we can use to both prospect and, more importantly, to have difficult conversations with our clients. As you may be running into recently, we've had more listings that are sitting on the market a little longer. We've got more listings that we've got to have those difficult price conversations with. And that's where some of the tools that we're trying to provide for you help us to get you through to the client and maybe do a little bit more business if we can. So I'm going to switch over for a minute. I'm going to be looking all over the place to try and make this work. I'm going to switch over for a minute to our AI system. And again, this is not a Century 21 system. This is actually ours. We did a partnership on this with Century 21 Bagans in Florida. It will be available to other companies that pay them for it, but at this point, we've got some exclusive rights to this, which is great. And I want to show you some of the things that it actually does and how this is going to help you specifically talk to your clients. So, a couple of things quickly. Prospecting Hub, for those of you who want to go out and create more business, you're not sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. Please make sure you can look at how to go after for sale by owners, how to go after absentee owners, people that are not living in the property, particularly when you're looking at some of those resort area locations, how to go after expired listings and convert them, probate, sphere of influence, first time homebuyer programs, investors, and of course, divorces are all possible targets that you might be able to get in order to start building your business. Lots of stuff that's here. And of course, in our training hub, please keep in mind that we have our commercial classes. We've got a lot of stuff on buyers and negotiation. And up here at the top is our Quick Start program. And that Quick Start program is 26 videos. So if you're brand new in the business, you should have gone through all of these by now. And if not, you get on it and start working on it. But today I'm going to start with coming back here to the AI Hub. And in the AI Hub, remember there's a lot of stuff here. One of them is this who's who thing. And some of you have asked me about it lately. If you see an expired listing, you can click on this, you can put in their address and find their information, the owner's name and their phone number, and hopefully an email address as well. And please, please pick up the phone and call people when you can, making sure you follow the TCPA laws, but make sure you pick up the phone because it's so much more powerful than sending a letter that doesn't work overly well. But the two I want to look at today are Script It and Role Play because role play is a lot of fun and it's going to help you hopefully to be more and more successful. So, starting with Script It, let's say, for example, you've got a hard conversation to have, and we've had a few really good ones lately. So, Scripted allows us to create personalized scripts that are based on proven techniques on talking to clients. So, let's start with this. I'm going to hit script details, and it's going to ask me what type of script I need. Now, I might have a prospecting script to call expired listings or for sale by owners. I might have a follow up script. Hey, I haven't heard from you in a little while. I might have a networking script, but in this case, we're going to specifically be talking about difficult conversations. Now, what kind of difficult conversation are we going to have? Are we going to text them? Probably not great for a hard information one. Probably email is not the best either. So let's do a phone call or in person. I'm going to hit phone call. And what kind of conversation might we have? Well, the buyer wants to cancel the contract. Have you had that one? The listing's not selling. There's issues with the home inspection. Client's ghosting us. I'm going to hit low appraisal because we've had a few of those lately. And the target for my script is going to be a current client. Now, it could be anybody, but we're going to make it a current client. Now, I could talk to them professional and authoritative, friendly and approachable, witty and playful. I don't want to be witty and playful when I'm having a hard conversation. I'm going to instead use conversational and story driven, but you might try a couple of these and see what works best. Now, what I'm going to put in here is client's home is under contract for 680,000 and it just appraised. This is based on one that's pretty real at 540,000. And we have to let the seller know and figure out what to do. So that's all I'm putting in. Now I don't have to put anything in, but it gives me a starting point. Now it's going to generate a phone conversation for me. Now this might not, the owner may not know their lines, but they are going to hopefully come back with some of the things that this comes back with. Hi, Sheila, it's Lauren Keim calling. I just want to talk to you about the appraisal we just received. I'm really sorry to say this, and I know this isn't easy, but I'm here to help navigate it with you. Well, what's going on? Well, okay, the appraisal came in at 540,000, which is a lot lower than our price that we had under contract for. I understand this might be concerning, and it's completely normal to feel that way. Oh my Lord, it came in that low. What are we going to do? Well, it is low. So picture this: we can approach the buyer to negotiate a new price, or we can explore other financing options, try and get the buyer to go to another lender. Because frankly, if you don't know this, typically you can't get the bank to have a second appraisal done unless you can find something seriously wrong with the first one. You can also certainly negotiate with the appraiser and say, I think you're low, here's some other comps, but in my experience it has now worked real well. So picture this: we can approach the seller to negotiate a new, or buyer to negotiate a new price. We can explore other financing options. You'll start to realize there are some paths forward that hopefully we'll be able to take. I'm here to guide them through them. Well, what do you recommend? Well, first, let's discuss your priorities and your comfort level. Actually, this looks like I'm talking to the buyer, not the seller. But I wanted you to understand part of the challenge when we're trying to talk to a client. We'll try a different one. Let's go back to scripted again. And this time, actually, I might have to start over. I'm going to start over, and let's try a different script. I'm going to do another difficult conversation. I'm going to do it by phone. And this time, the seller's unrealistic on price. How's that sound? My target is a current client. I'm going to use, again, conversational and story driven because that tends to be the way I talk. And I'm going to say that the seller wants 500,000 for the property, but it's likely to sell closer to 450,000 to 470,000. And I need help explaining that to them. So let's see what it comes up with. Now, I can also email this to myself. I can set up a phone call through the software. Lots of stuff I can do. But I'm curious what it comes back with as a script. Hi, John. It's Lauren. How are you doing today? I'm doing well, thanks. Glad to hear. I wanted to chat about the market data I recently gathered. I know we're trying to get you 500,000 for your property, which is important to you. Yeah, it is. I think it's worth that much all day long. I get it. But we want to position your home to attract the best buyers. And I'm looking at the recent comparables in the area, and they're really honestly showing a range of 450 to 470,000. I know you're going to realize, and I can go through this in detail. Now, I might want to practice talking to a difficult client. So I might then go to RolePlayAI, and this is a great tool that you're going to have a little bit of fun with. And I want to do an AI summary after the call. So I'm going to have a conversation. And then after the conversation, I want the AI to critique me. Now, I'm not going to do my best here because we're going to see what they come back with. And let's see what kind of response we get.
What real estate scenario would you like to roleplay? For sale by owner, expired listing, first time home buyer, or something else?
I'd like to talk to a current listing about the fact that their price is too high.
Got it. Whenever you're ready, start the call. Ring ring. Hello.
Hi, it's Lauren calling from Century 21. Hey, I just wanted to touch base with you about your property. How have you been feeling about the listing recently?
I've been feeling a little frustrated, to be honest. It's been on the market for a while now, and we haven't had any serious offers. I'm starting to think that maybe we priced it too high. My partner and I were talking about it just the other day, and we're not sure what to do.
I completely understand. The market's been a bit unpredictable. I do think, though, with some tweaks, we can capture some more interests. What are your thoughts on adjusting the pricing or marketing strategy?
Hmm, that's a good point. I mean, we did have it appraised before we listed it, and the appraiser said it was worth what we're asking. But at the same time, if it's not selling, maybe we are being too optimistic. I don't know. I'm just worried that if we lower the price too much, we'll be leaving money on the table.
No, I
My
understand.
partner's
I don't want to underprice your property and give some of your savings away, but I also don't want to keep it overpriced and scare away good potential buyers.
exactly. That makes sense. I think my partner would agree with that too. We just want to get a fair price for it, you know? We've put a lot of work into this house over the years. I'm just not sure what a fair price is anymore. I feel like the market has changed so much since we last bought or sold a property. Do you have any ideas of what a more realistic price range would be for our house?
I do, and I think we can pair a more realistic price with a refreshed marketing approach and kind of align it with current conditions. Right now, we're asking $500,000 for the property. I really think we should be priced closer to 475,000. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's about a 5% drop in price.
Whoa, that is a big difference. I'm not sure. I mean, I know you said it's only a 5% drop, but that's still $25,000. That's a lot of money to us. I don't know if my partner would be on board with that. We were really hoping to get closer to the original price. But at the same time, like you said, if it's not selling, maybe we do need to make a bigger adjustment. Can you tell me more about what you mean by a refreshed marketing approach? What would you do differently to try to attract more buyers?
Okay, I'm going to stop it here just so that I'm going to hold on end call. Now, it might actually process a summary. It might not because I didn't go through the whole back and forth. But you can actually do an entire listing presentation. You can do a buyer presentation. You can talk to this AI, and the AI is going to come back and ask you questions, and it's going to help you to practice some of these difficult conversations. This has been really programmed well to try and give you a look at what clients actually say and how you might possibly respond to them. Now, I am hoping that this scripted tool, as one of and the role play tool as one of the tools that we deal with, is going to help you to be more successful. Now, here it gave me only a 6.5 out of 10. Well, that's just awful. So what I did well, friendly introduction. Your opening created a welcoming atmosphere for the conversation. You acknowledge the unpredictability of the market and you engage the client discussion. What I should have focused on is I should have labeled emotion more explicitly. When the client expresses frustration, I could have labeled the emotion to validate their feelings. I said, I completely understand the market's been a bit unpredictable. Try instead, it sounds like you're feeling frustrated with the lack of offers, and that's completely understandable. By the way, one good thing you can do is go back and try this again and again with some of the suggestions. We can use what's called mirroring or mirror matching. You match the client's tone initially, but could have done so consistently throughout the call. You said, I do think, though, with some tweaks, we can capture some more interest. Try instead, I hear your concerns about pricing. Let's explore how we can adjust it to attract more buyers. And then utilize VAK alignment. We missed opportunity to align with the client's kinesthetic language. You said, I do think that with some tweaks, we can capture some more interest. Try instead, I understand how it feels to see other homes selling for less. Let's find a strategy that feels right for you. Now, when it talks about VAK alignment, over here in the training hub, there is DISC and VAK training that you can take that helps you to talk to clients as well. Now, all of this is here to try and help you. And every step of the way, we can even download a PDF report. Every step of the way, we can try and help. Now, let me try one more thing real quick.
Hello, it's so nice to talk to you. What real estate scenario would you like to roleplay? For sale by owner, expired listing, first time homebuyer, or something else?
I'd like to try doing a full listing presentation. Can you do that?
Got it. Whenever you're ready, start the call. Ring ring, hello?
Okay, I'm going to end it again real quick, but the idea is I can work through an entire listing presentation and practice it over and over and over again. And I think it's powerful doing that. Now, again, keep in mind, we've got a lot of tools here and we're constantly adding to this software. This software program is going to help us, hopefully, to do well. So spend some time looking at it and remember a couple of things that are in here. There is a Stage It that allows you to do virtual staging for free. There is a action AI, the goal screen, which helps you to plan your 2026 year, a daily action plan, and a real coach for personalized business coaching. That's all built into this. We can set up a business plan for 90 days and really help you to get going. And even down here, you can upload an entire contract and have it analyze the contract and tell you whether it's good, bad, indifferent, and some of the highlights of it. But of course, make sure you read through the contract yourself. Again, lots of tools here. I want you to spend a little bit of time using. And if you haven't signed up yet, please make sure to go to it. It's www.c21keimuniversity.com. You should be able to get in with your Google profile, and hopefully you'll be able to use this and get some benefits out of it. Again, thanks so much for stopping by today, and I hope this was helpful to you. Thanks again.